everybody, welcome back to Pushing Pixels. I'm your host, Oprah Winfrey, and we're going to build this Lando banner like we did in class the other day. So let's just jump into it. File, New, and we're going to make this 11 inches wide by 17 inches high, and we're going to do it at 300 dots per inch. And it doesn't matter what the background is because we're going to cover that up anyway. So let's get going. Create a new document. There it is. Scale that down just a little bit. And the first thing we got to do is we have to get a background going, and that's what this piece of paper is. And I gave you that piece of paper. It's right here. And I'm going to hold down my shift key and grab the layer over here and drag it into my working document. It's pretty small, but we can fix that. Free transform, Command T. You can see my keystrokes at the bottom. And I'm going to hold down Shift and Alt while I scale this up a little bit. And then maybe just freestyle this one right here and right here. There we go. I didn't hold Shift and Alt to do those last two moves there. There we go. Okay, so we have that going. Now I don't want to save that. And if you look at our document, we have to put some text. That's what we're going to put in our text. We have to put, interesting. Oh, that's because I closed it. That's right. Okay, so we have to put some text in here. So I'm going to set my colors to, it actually doesn't even matter what color your text is. So I'm going to go to hit the T key for text, and I'm just going to click right here and type in uppercase Lando, and I am using the font impact for that. All right, and I'm just going to click return there, and then it's obviously too small, so I'm going to scale it up. Free transform. I'm going to hold down Shift and scale this thing up till it's right about there, and then I'm going to make it really, really tall. I'm holding down my Alt key to do both sides, so I'm grabbing the center one here and making that kind of tall, just like that. And I'm going to make sure it's pretty centered there. All right, not too bad. I'm going to return and get out of free transform. Now let's pull our picture up of this guy right here, Donald Glover, and we're going to drag him over to our document. So holding down my Shift key again, I'm going to click and drag him over to my document and close him. I don't need him anymore. Okay, and there he is. Again, he's pretty tiny, so let's scale him up a little bit. Free transform again, Command T, and I'm going to bump the opacity on him just down a little so I can see the text through him. And I'm just going to scale him up so he's bigger than the text, barely. Let me see if I could scale him down just a little bit more, just about there. That's not too bad. And I'm going to turn the opacity back up there to 100%. All right, now that I got him there, I want to clip him inside the text. So holding down my Alt Option key, I'm going to go over to my layer style, my layers palette over here, and I'm going to click. I'm going to wait till I get the little icon there, the little turn down arrow right between the layers, and I'm going to click. Make sure your guy is above your text. And so I'm going to hold down Alt and click in between the layers and clip that image inside the text. If you want it there too, it's layer, it'd be there. It'd say make clipping mask not release, but since I already made it, it's asking me to release it. All right, and if you go in there with your move tool, you can move him around wherever you want. Although I might, let me see here. I might move him just a hair over, like right about there. That's not too bad. Looking pretty good. This font is a little janky. I'm going to get between the O and the D and just turn that over just a little bit. Nice. All right, and then maybe move him over just a hair. Perfect. That is pretty good. All right, the other thing I have for you here is, before we get going, let's drop an inside shadow inside this font. So on the text layer itself, not the picture, on the text itself, double click over here until we get the layer styles box, and we are going to click on internal inner shadow, And already I'm getting something kind of good. I'm going to use, I'm going to reach inside the document here and drag. You can drag your effect around however you want it and manually put it in. I'm just going to put it right about there. I just want it to be pretty light. 60 seems good. Distance is 35. Size is 17. That's actually not too bad. I think I'll just keep this. The other thing I want to do, though, is I want to add, don't get out of this yet, I want to add an outer glow, a very, very subtle black outer glow. You can almost barely see it when I turn it off and on. And that is at 22 opacity. Let's just change it to 20. And let me see, what else? Size is 100, and let's just make it 100 even. And that's pretty much it, really. And you can see it's pretty subtle effect, but it does help a lot with that. All right, let's go with that. We'll keep that. All right, I also gave you this document here. It's got 3 things in it. It's got 2 TIE fighters and the Millennium Falcon. So let's do the Falcon first. And I'm going to grab that Millennium Falcon layer, and with holding down my Shift key, I'm going to drag him over here. Make sure he's on top. Where is he? Why is he clipped? Unclip that guy. Don't clip him. Alright, so there he goes. And I'm going to use Free Transform for this guy, because he's kind of big, and I need to scale him down. I'm going to hold my Shift key down just a bit. Alright, so scale him down a little bit, and then I'm going to go over where the corner is and wait till my cursor turns to that curved arrow. And I'm going to just drag and twist him a little bit, kind of right about there. Okay, and I just want him a little bit over the text. Pretty cool. Alright, let's go back here and grab this TIE fighter right here, okay? And shift and drag. And too big as usual, so let's Free Transform and scale him down too. And I want him a lot smaller because he's really sort of coming around and picking up. He's kind of behind him a little bit, so let's make him a little bit smaller. And then finally this last TIE fighter right there. I'm going to drag him over here as well. And I am going to, what did I do? Which one did I grab? I did grab that one. Interesting. Okay, there it is. And I'm going to Free Transform him, holding down Shift and Alt. Right, and I'm just going to put him back here, and I'm also going to put him on an angle like so, and maybe even a little bit smaller, so he's way back there. Alright, pretty good. I'm just going to arrow key him over just a little bit. Not too bad, right? Awesome. Okay, I'm going to close that. I don't need that anymore. No, I don't want to save. I do need to open up that logo, though. This guy right here. There he is, this cat. Good. Alright. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to Free Transform. I wonder if I can even do this. So let's let me do it. Ooh, let's do that. I know we did it different in class, but let's try it. Alright, so we have this color image here. It's a JPEG, I believe. Oh, it's a ping. Alright. And I need this to be black and white, so I'm going to desaturate it at first. We did this a little different in class, but this will work. Command-Shift-U will bring it to sort of grayish because it was yellow, right? And then we'll just crank the whites. So after we do that, Command-Shift-U, we make it black and white. We do Command-L, and we're going to get the levels up right here. And I'm going to drag the white slider all the way left over here till I get white. So right about there. And that is actually pretty good. Alright, I'm going to click OK. But I'm going to need the opposite. I want the logo to be black and the background to be white. So if I just hit Command-I, that gets me what I need. And I am now going to hold down my Shift key and drag this over. Drag the layer over. There it goes. And get rid of this guy. I don't need him anymore. No, thank you. And we need to change the blend mode. I only need to see black, so let's lose the white. So on this layer, let's change the blend mode to multiply. And that'll get rid of the white for us. And then I'm just going to move this up with my move tool. Alright, looks pretty darn good. All right, last thing I got to do here is I'm going to put that sort of jet wash behind the Millennium Falcon's engine. So on a layer right above the paper, brand new layer. So right click that, and then let's click the new layer button here at the bottom next to the trash can. Right, and that's empty. So let's pick a weird blue over here. I'm just going to grab a sort of weird blue. Let me grab my brush. I need a paintbrush. I need one that's going to be very soft, round, and your general brushes will do, and it'll look something like that. That'll work. Awesome. Okay, so on that new layer, we're going to put the engine glow, and we have to do it behind here. So I'm just going to start right here and softly paint in an engine glow. Maybe it'll take a maybe do it a little bit better than I am doing. I kind of almost don't want it to be seen. All right. And let's just say I'm not doing a very good job here. There we go. There we go. I may turn that opacity down just a hair. It's more for effect than anything else. All right. And believe it or not, that's how we made the Lando deal. Super fast, super easy, and very effective. So give it a shot, and I'll see you in class. Good luck.